just look at this picture. Pure elation, right? This is the moment a team becomes the first and only one in Major League Soccer history to win a domestic treble. But how in the world does a club go from, well, nothing to a historic moment like this? What does that journey actually look like? Well, let's dive in. This is the story of Toronto FC and their long and often really difficult road to glory. To really get what that triumphant moment means, we've got to rewind the clock. Way back to the very beginning, when Major League Soccer first planted its flag in Canada. So picture this. It's 2005. Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment shells out a $10 million expansion fee to MLS. And just like that, Toronto FC was born, the very first Canadian team in the league. So they've got a team, but what do you call it? Well, they actually put it to a vote. In an online poll, fans chose the simple, classic Toronto FC over other options like Northmen or Reds. The idea was, let's keep it traditional and a cool nickname will just pop up on its own. And let me tell you, the city was ready. The fan support was instant and so passionate, even when the team itself was, not so great. The city was just starving for a team to call its own. And moments like this one, Danny Dichio scoring the club's first ever goal, man, that stuff creates instant legends. Okay, so the passion was there from day one, but it was about to be seriously tested. What came next was a long, frustrating stretch that folks now call the wilderness years. For their first 8 straight seasons without a single playoff appearance. Not one. I mean, despite that incredible fan support, the club was just a mess on the field. Coaches were a revolving door, the roster never seemed to click, and every single season ended the exact same way, in heartbreak. But even in those dark times, there were these little flickers of hope, moments that kept the fans believing, and none were bigger than what's known as the miracle in Montreal. Okay, so get this. Final game of the 2009 Canadian Championship. TFC is down 1-0 to their arch-rivals, Montreal. To win the cup, they don't just need to win, they need to win by 4 goals. It's impossible, right? Wrong. They just exploded. Led by a Dwayne De Rosario hat-trick, they stormed back to win 6-1. Just an absolutely unbelievable comeback. But hey, one miracle doesn't exactly make up for years of being, The club's ownership knew something had to fundamentally change. And that change started with a totally new way of thinking. The new mantra was pretty simple. Stop just plugging holes and start signing actual game changers. Big money moves for guys like U.S. captain Michael Bradley and English striker Jermaine Defoe showed they were serious. But the real revolution, the player who would change absolutely everything, was still on his way. His name was Sebastian Giovinco. They called him the Atomic Ant. And he was signed from one of the world's biggest clubs, Juventus. I mean, this was a seismic shift. Back then, MLS was kind of seen as a retirement league, but here was a superstar, in his prime, choosing to play in North America. This one move would pretty much single-handedly rewrite the team's entire story. So what did he do in his very first season? Oh, not much. He was just directly involved in 38 goals. 38. That wasn't just good, it was a new MLS record. He won the Golden Boot for top scorer, he was named league MVP, and this is the big one, he dragged Toronto FC to its first ever playoff appearance. That 8-year curse smashed. So, the curse is finally broken. The team is a legit contender now. But getting to the very, very top of the mountain, that's the hardest part. And their final climb was going to be full of drama, some serious heartbreak, but also some incredible history. In 2016, TFC makes this incredible run to the MLS Cup final, only to lose at home in a devastating penalty shootout, just pure agony. But 1 year later, they were back. Same opponent, same stage. And this time, they got their redemption with a solid 2-0 victory. And that victory was really the perfect cherry on top of what you can only call a perfect season. The 2017 campaign was just a masterclass in dominance. Just how dominant? Well, they won the Supporters' Shield for the league's best record, setting a new points record while they were at it. They won the Canadian Championship, and they capped it all off by winning the MLS Cup. Winning all 3 in 1 year, that's the domestic treble, a first in league history. And this brings us right back to where we started, the culmination of a decade-long journey. On December 9th, 2017, they finally lifted the MLS Cup, the ultimate prize and the ultimate reward for years of patience from those incredible fans. So what's the legacy of that perfect season? What did that long road to glory ultimately build? Well, it built a Canadian soccer giant. As of 2023, the club's estimated value is a whopping $690 million, which makes it one of the most valuable franchises in all of Major League Soccer. I mean, their transformation is just complete. From a $10 million expansion team that couldn't sniff the playoffs to a league powerhouse that spends more on its players than anyone. But it's more than that. Their success raised the bar for what a Canadian soccer club could be, inspiring a whole new level of investment and interest in the sport across the country. Which leaves us with one final thought. The club climbed the mountain and achieved perfection. But after you've done it all, after you've won it all, what's the next challenge? What do you do for an encore?